Hello and welcome. I am Nabila. Today I'm having a special conversation with a Germany trained coach. One man, many say that he's very difficult to beat in the second half. He's been an assistant coach of the Cameroonian national team, that's the Indomitable Lions. He's been an assistant coach in the Black Stars. He was assistant to Kwesi Appiah. He's been his own man when it comes to leading national teams, that is, other national teams, apart from the main Black Stars. One has to do with the Black Meteors. He led them to participate in the Under-23 first ever African Cup of Nations that was staged in Egypt. And recently, he led the Black Stars B to a friendly match against Uzbekistan. Many say he hardly wants to speak on radio and television, but we have gotten the privilege of speaking to him. He is no any other person than Ibrahim Tanko, a former player of King Faisal as well. Coach, a pleasure to have you. First of all, in simple terms, how will you describe the current happenings, maybe within your life, within football and all that?
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Yeah, and you're right. I think current situation that we are in Ghana is very difficult. And I don't think it's only in Ghana here, it's all over the world because of the COVID-19. And we are privileged to have our league going on, even though there's no spectators allowed to go and watch it. But at least we have something that we will make us busy. And also the national teams are doing very well. And fortunately, the Under-17 didn't qualify, but the Under-20 won the African Cup of Nations. And the Blacks are also qualified to the African Cup of Nations. So I think Ghana football is moving to the right direction.
Tell us briefly, since 2019, you seem to have taken a backstage within Ghanaian football. Let me say, after the African Cup of Nations, in as much as you were leading the Black Meteors, you hardly made your opinions known on certain things within Ghana football. What kept you so busy?
Yes, it's true. I think after the African Cup in Egypt, I was given the Under-23 to lead them to play the qualifiers, and then we qualified. We went to Egypt to play the tournament proper. After we came back, I decided not to speak because a lot of things happened after the main African Cup of Nations. So I just took a step back. I normally wanted to go and renew my license in Germany, but because of the COVID, I have to do it online. So I was busy doing the courses online. That's why you didn't hear much from me.
Are the courses done?
Oh, yes, it's done.
How were they?
Oh, I just finished last week, Tuesday, and it's normal in Germany, you have to renew your license every 2 years, otherwise they will take it from you. And it's good for us as coaches also because you always learn new things that is coming out, and I'm part of the German Coaches Association, so it's must for me to be taking the courses, so it's very, very good for me, and I think it will help me also in my career.
Most German-trained coaches, people always say that German-trained coaches are exceptional coaches.
Yes, I mean, when you look at the world of football now, with Klopp, with Nagelsmann, with Tuchel, you see them performing, and all of them are German-trained coaches. So I think it's true if people say the German coaches are doing very well. And I'm sure it's because of the programs that the German Federation are putting out. And most of the coaches, even if you are a national team coaches, you also have to take part of these courses. So I'm sure it's one of the reasons why the German coaches are doing very well.
You were part of the backroom staff of someone I would describe as your father with Cameroon. Tell us, what kind of a person was he, and how did he influence you to go for the German model of coaching?
Yes, it's true. After playing for Dortmund for 8 years, I moved to Freiburg, where I played for 6 years, and he was the coach there. So in 2002, when I have the ligament and I decided to stop, he encouraged me to do the coaching course. And after that, he took me to Japan and Urawa Red Diamonds for 2.5 years. Then we came back to FC Cologne for 1 year before we moved to Cameroon for 2.5 years. And yeah, he's someone, he's like my father. And even up to date, I always call him for advice. If I go to Germany, I'm always with him. So yeah, as you said, it's like father to me, and I appreciate him very, very well.
Why the switch from the Cameroon national team to the Black Stars?
Yes, after the African Cup in Equatorial Guinea, and our contract finished in Cameroon, and we decided to go back to Germany. So when Kosia Pierre get the job, he called me and asked if I want to be an assistant. I said, sure. If anything concerning Ghana to help, I'm ever ready. And especially because of him, because I knew him since I was young. When they were playing Kotoko, my Kotoko training field is just a street between my house and the cricket park. So there is where I also played since I was young, and I knew him since then. So I said yes, and that is where I became an assistant coach of the Ghana Black Stars.
How would you describe the experience?
Oh, I mean, the experience was very huge and very good for me. And since I left Ghana 1993 to Germany, is the first time I came back to coach any club or any national team in Ghana, and he gave me that opportunity. So I'm very thankful to him.
Let's talk about the tournament you people went to, and that is Egypt 2019. They say it was a project of Ghana winning the tournament, but it became our worst competition. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, we all saw what happened, and after playing our first match, I think
Against
Benin, we drew, I think. We beat Guinea-Bissau and then play against Cameroon, I think, yeah. Yeah, the game itself wasn't bad, but I don't think we were better then than the team who won. So, as we said, we went there with a hope that we are going to win the cup. And I don't know if the pressure was so high even before the tournament, because, and in my opinion, this is something that we have to change. Before tournament, we don't have to push the players or the coaches. We must win. We must win. I think we know our strength. We have to just go to the tournament with a clean mind and then concentrate. If we win, fine. But we then just wake up, because when you look at the trend, almost every African Cup that we are going, the pressure is begin from home, that we have to win. We must win. So I think it's one of the things that we have to critically look at, and then just prepare very well and then go. I'm sure that we are going to win it one day.
But in terms of quality, do you think that we had quality that could have won the tournament?
In that tournament, I think the quality was okay, because we have players who are playing in Premier League, in Spain, in other big leagues, and I think we still have them now. And honestly, the squad we have now, I have more hope in this squad than the one we had the last time. So I hope that we are going to have the unity in the squad, and then the support, all the support that the technical team need, we are going to give them. I'm sure that we are going to do better than the last one.
What has changed between that squad and this current squad? What has changed?
I mean, we have fresh guys in. We have people like Kudus. We have even some people who are not in this squad. When you talk about like of Salisu, We have very, very good young players now, and then we have the captain, Dede Ayew, who is in top form every week. So I'm sure with all these young ones who came in, and of course we have a new coach as well, and he must bring his idea to the players. And after watching the 2 games, I'm sure that he will do the good work, and the team will gel very well before the Afcon.
When Ghanaians kept saying that this is a Ghana project, we must win the tournament, this is the time for us to end our failure to win the tournament, genuinely, did you think we could win it?
Yes, I was very, very confident that we could win it, because I mean we nearly won it twice, and if not because of penalty shootout. I mean I experienced the penalty shootout myself when we went to Egypt at the under 20. So in terms of quality, we have it, and we only have to be one as a country. We have to unite behind the team, and with unity behind the team, I'm sure the team will go far and even to win the tournament this time.
There's one interesting thing about football fans. We are quite funny. We are not close to the team. We watch from afar, and we hear stories. Some of those stories, they will tell you, player A shouldn't be playing because everyone is a coach. We've always said that. This guy shouldn't play, this guy should have played, this guy shouldn't play, this guy should have played. But you are with the team. What often influences the choice of players for a certain match?
I mean, before you even go to tournament, you have your 23 that you have to choose. And between these 23, you know the kind of system you want to play. So you choose the players according to how you want to play. And of course, like you said, we are all coaches. The 30 million people in Ghana, we are all coaches. And it's not that bad. I mean, that shows that everyone loves football.
Yes.
But I'm sure that the coach wants to win more than even the fans. So sometimes you see that the coach will select some player, but the fans did not agree with him. But at the end of the day, he have the last slot to choose whoever he thinks is going to help him on the pitch. So I'm sure that this time around, the technical team have started looking at the system they want to play, the kind of players they want. So let's support them, and I'm sure that they are going to do good at the tournament.
2 quick questions before we move on. And one is going to be the drama that surrounded Asamoah Gyan. He came out with a statement that he was not going to play. People said the coach has told him he shouldn't go and all that. What conversation went on behind the scenes before Asamoah Gyan was earlier told not to go, and then again the situation was rescinded? What conversation went on behind it? And do you think that in that tournament we should have had Asamoah Gyan?
I mean, we had him. And I don't know what happened before the tournament, honestly. And they took the captain from him. None of the technical team except Coach Kwesi Appiah knew the reason why. So, I mean, when we went to the tournament, you could see that there is no too much involvement of him because of what happened before. He decided not to go, and the president play on his behalf, and we took him there. So either is the right way to go with him or the wrong way, I can't tell. But I think we went with him, and what happened has happened, and that resulted us playing the West African Cup of Nations tournament. Because of what happened before we even went there, there's no unity, of course. So I'm sure, or I hope that we learn from these things, that going forward we will do things better.
Would you have suggested that Gyan had gone to the tournament and probably come back before that conversation happened?
Yes, I'm sure that this how it's supposed to be. Because when you qualify to a tournament, you need all the players and the nation behind you. Of course, Jan have a lot of people who admire him. You have a lot of fan base. Definitely, if these things happen, you divided the country. And this is what happened before we went to the tournament. That doesn't help us.
Talk to me about your experience of leading the under-20 team under 23 team to Egypt for that tournament.
Yes, it was very challenging. Even the time we were playing the qualifiers, we had a lot of issues. Yeah. And the players who came have to buy their tickets before, and when we were going, we even have to take a taxis and all these things. It's known, so there's nothing I can hide. And you see, sometimes it's very difficult because you have the players who their managers are ESCOs and all this kind of things. So sometimes it's not easy to drop a player. I can tell you, even when we play against Algeria here 1-1, I know 2 ESCO members who were very happy because I dropped their players at that match. So all of them, even I think most of Ghanaians, I think we are going to lose since we play 1-1 here. And we went there to qualify to Egypt. But if I tell you why I dropped the players, I even save the players, because if I come out to give a reason why I dropped them, I will have collapsed their career. You understand? So let's leave it there and move on.
We are leaving it there and moving on. But I want to get one thing clear. Why would, okay, it would be normal to feel disappointed that, yes, your player has been dropped out, or ABC, but why would an EXCO member who wants the betterment of Ghana football be happy that you drew a match and that there's a tendency that you could exit or fail to qualify for a competition?
Yeah, but because of selfish interest. That's only what I can say. Because if you think about Ghana, and you knew, I even talked to these people, the reason why I dropped the players. So later they come to understand me. But, I mean, we move on.
Who are these players?
No, let's just leave it. Because if I mention their names, people will know why, okay. You know, so let's just leave it.
Let's talk about the second leg in Algeria. What did you do special in that game? Because I'm still picturing that match that in the first half, very good performance. Second half, very dominant. That goal from Yaoyeboa, final took us through. Even when almost every single Ghanaian has said that you cannot qualify. What did you do special?
Yes, because I believe in the boys. Even when you look at the first game here in Accra, it's not that Algerian players. I mean, we had a penalty and we didn't score. And I know the quality of the boys I'm working with. So when we went there, it's just how to psych them, we talk to them, we can still win the game here. And I mean, the boys did very well. We were compact. I mean, we play without fear because it's just one game. That game will decide whether you qualify or not. So they go into the game with a full confidence based on what we told them. And yeah, I remember there's a lot of people who went to minister and told him not to go. We are going to just spoil money and time to go to Algeria. It's better to stay home and all this. But the same people follow us to go to the tournament.
Coach, it appears that there have been so many stories surrounding you that keeps getting back to you. And these things, they hurt you.
Yeah, it hurts because when you see someone talking bad about you and then you qualify, the person is following you to the tournament. That is what hurts me more. Because, as I said, I have nothing to hide. Even when we were playing the qualifies, everything that comes out is from the coach. If a journalist wrote an article about the players, bought their ticket, we don't have bus to go to training. I mean, I use my car the whole time we were in camp to go to training.
Because I visited your training sessions a couple of times.
I didn't complain. So, I mean, this is how we are in Ghana. If things are not going well, you see people are pushing back, but when things went well, you see them come like they like you also. But, I mean, it's part of life, so I just leave everything and move on.
Let's graduate the conversation then. Because of that Black Meteors team, you lost out your place as assistant coach to the Blacks, in the Black Stars. How will you describe that? And how disappointed were you?
You see, I was told to lead the Black Meteors not because they want to change who is assistant to Kwesi Appiah. I was told there's no coach, so we want you to lead the Black Meteors to play the qualifiers, not even the tournament. Of course, we qualified, and they think I'm the right man to take them to Egypt. So after the tournament, we came back, and I started hearing a lot of things, and I'm not the one who appoint myself. And if the FA or the coach decided to change his assistant, I mean, that is his right. So I just take it cool.
Were you disappointed?
Yes, I'm disappointed because of what I was told before. If they told me that now we change you, the 23 is your team, I will understand it. But to go to play a tournament and then came back and start hearing rumor and all these things, that was what made me disappointed.
Was it the normalization committee who communicated to you, or the Kwesi Appiah, your boss?
No one, because, and I think CK.
Okay, so let me get a clarification before you move to the CK. I want to get a clarification because those who appointed you were the FA, and then it was the normalization committee that were there. So were they the people who told you to go and come back? Or it was the coach, Kwesi Appiah, who told you, because we don't have a coach for Black Meteors, you take over? Because I remember that the demise of Yusuf Abubakar left that position.
Yeah, we spoke together with Kwesi Appiah and Dr. Kofi Amo, and I think with Alex Asante as well. So, and I think Osei Kufo was part of the meeting. So we all spoke together, and I went. So, and then, of course, at that time we have a match to play, I think, against South Africa. So definitely, Kwesi would need an assistant, and they brought in CK. So after we came back, I started hearing different things. So I just stay cool, and then later, we know the...
No, later what happened?
Later I was just there without any appointment.
No one told you anything?
No.
Not even Kwesi Appiah?
No.
What about the current GFA? Because they were now in charge when you took the team to Egypt.
Yes, I mean, after we came back, definitely, I heard a lot of things, you know. You know, in Ghana, we talk a lot that Kwesi said I was undermining him, I want the job and all these things. I mean, I never did that, but I don't want to just argue with him. Why? Why do I have to undermine you after 2 years of work that I want to take your job and all these things? You see? Let's leave it, because I know there's a lot of people who their job is to spread rumor, to have a favor from someone else. And I can assure you that afterwards, Coach Kwesi Appiah have also, I mean, I can't say regret it, but he knows the truth now, that what was saying about me was not true.
Do you feel hurt that this happened?
I feel hurt because of the lies. I mean, changes can come. That one, there's nothing wrong about change. But to lie about someone because you want a favor or something, that is what makes me disappointed. And those people are still doing it now, even though I'm not with the senior national team.
Okay, they claim you were undermining me, you wanted a Black Stars job. But don't you need a Black Stars job?
Of course, I need, if I get the job, I will do. But I will not go and sit somewhere, or I will not go. You know, they even said I went to the minister to tell him to give me the job. But the minister was there. That time was Honorable Nsiama. Yeah. And I never, you see, I'm someone who will never go to an office in the ministry or FA, just go in there. If I don't have appointment, I will not go there. You understand? Because I'm not used to that kind of just wake up, I'm going to the FA or I'm going to the ministry to, what am I going to do there? If they need me, they will call me and then I'll go. So all these things were lies, but I just decided to keep quiet to move on with my life.
The Black Stars coaching job, is it one thing you would wish to do one day?
I think every Ghanaian coach, and not even Ghanaian coach, every coach would love to coach in Ghana Black Stars. And I always take this advice from my brother Tony Bafo. He always tells you, God time is the best. If God ordained that I'm going to be a Black Star coach, so it be. If not, I mean, it's not only Black Star that you can coach.
What would it take to coach the Black Stars? Do you think you must do something before you can get a Black Stars job?
That is a question maybe you, the journalists, have to. Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, but I mean, what should I do again with the experience I have outside? I mean, national team, club level, and all these things. I don't know what I have to do again to get the job, but as I said, we have a coach. Let's all support him and hope that we are going to break these 30 to 40 years in African Cup of Nations and winning cup. That's all I can say.
We are still speaking to you, Ibrahim Tanko. I'll just be signing out on him soon with just some 2-3 questions, because it does matter to me and to many Ghanaians that who feel that with his understanding of football, he's supposed to be somewhere close to the senior national team, that is the Black Stars. He's been there before, but when is he going to get there? Maybe time will tell, and maybe he himself can tell us. Talk to me about Afcon 2022. You were at the 2019 edition. If you are to offer an advice to CK Akono, what would that advice be?
Yeah, like I said, he should be very strict with the players when they went to the tournament. You see, players look at what the coach is doing to other players. I mean, if you have a rules issue, the rules have to be for all the players. If anyone break the rules, you have to, because this is a serious business. It's Afcon. You know, people are dying for a country to win the Afcon. So, I mean, he should bring discipline in terms of talent, in terms of good footballers we have. He should just try to get all the players and behind him, no division. Just be sincere to yourselves, and the players will also bring their best, and that will give you a brighter chance to have a very good tournament.
per what you saw in the qualifiers, does the future look bright in terms of Ghana having a good impact in the Afcon 2020?
Oh, yes, because as I said, Kwesi started the qualifiers, and then CK was part of the technical team, and he took charge to play, I think, 4 games. Yeah, I mean, when I look at the 2 games we play against South Africa and Sao Tome, like I said, the players who came, we have quality, and we still have quality outside who didn't come.
So we have quality more than the other countries we are going to compete against?
We all have our quality players. It's up to us to form a good team to go and face them.
What would it take us to win the Afcon?
Unity, seriousness, and yeah.
When you say seriousness, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, we have to believe in ourselves. And honestly, it's not going to be possible that the whole Ghana will support the team. But I think when it comes to the national team, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Because when we were divided before we even go to the tournament, you will see people will be fighting against the team spiritually. And that will make it very, very, very difficult for us to win it. But I hope that with bring back the love, people will be able to, think twice so that they will help the team with their prayers. This is only one thing they can do is to pray for the team. The technical team will do the job with the players. So, and then we have a chance to make an impact.
I don't have asked this question before, but I think I will need to ask it again. You have talked about unity, you have talked about seriousness, you've talked about how everyone must be committed to ensuring that we win the Afcon. But there's one funny conversation about how Ghana have failed to win the Afcon in the last 30 to 40 years. The last Afcon, the players were accused of indiscipline. And it appears almost every single tournament, we have these allegations of indiscipline. Tell us, is it that you put a blind eye to these indiscipline things, or you cannot call the players to order? What is the issue of indiscipline cropping up every now and then?
This indiscipline we are talking about is about bringing women in hotel. When we went to tournament, it's not only players who are in this hotel. You have officials, you have people in the hotel. So it's not that when you see a woman, she is from a player. So discipline that I'm talking about is if we are going to training 5 o'clock and the coach said we should be in the bus 4:45, everyone must be there. When we are in training, what the coach is telling you, you have to concentrate and all this. Or everything that is happening behind the scene. So for me, that is not, a player can do anything, even if you give him a soldier to guide him. Yeah. If he wants to do things, he will do. Yeah, but it depends on you, the player. If you are a serious player, you want to achieve something, all these things, you put it aside. It's just 3 to 1 week. And it's not that the coaches cannot control them. A coach has his job. You have security, you have physio, everyone is doing his job. After training, the coach has to prepare for another training. So sometimes he don't come out because it's not his job to look at the players. So I think this is where we have to look at more, so that, because it's also not easy, because you see some of the senior players, the security guys cannot control them because maybe they are afraid they will lose that kind of opportunity and all this. But if, Ghana is paying you, they took you to guide the players, you have to be firm and told the players, no, it's not going to happen. So everyone has to do his job, then the players will also be disciplined.
Then the follow-up question, there's a level of accusation against you coaches. we are always told that you work with agencies, you want to go and promote some players, people pay you bribes to take their players to tournaments and all that. How true are these reports?
Yes, we heard a lot, but I think I can only speak for myself. You know, sometimes when you are in camp, you see a lot of people will come for you to take a picture and all these things. I don't like it. Why? Because I know they will take it to social media, and then people will think they are your friends, so they will start communicating with them. If they have this kind of player, they have this kind of player. But I can assure you, because we are in Ramadan, so I cannot lie. I don't know if anyone has ever go to a manager, a parents, team owner, or even the player that give me this, or Coach Ibrahim Tanko said, bring this before he call you, or the person should go back and took his money. I never took money from anyone, and I will never do it, because I don't see why I have to take money before I call someone who has the talent, who is a Ghanaian, who can help us. So, as I said, I will always speak to myself, and sometimes you heard about other coaches who you respect very well, what they are doing, and I feel ashamed, because this is not how it's supposed to be.
So in other words, it is real that it often do happen. It happens that there are times you need to pay a coach before you are able to get a call-up.
For me, nobody come to me to give me money, and I will never take it.
But you've heard that?
I've heard that. I've never seen it. I've heard it, so I can't confirm if it is true or not.
Okay, so we are still having a conversation with Coach Ibrahim Tanko, a former assistant coach of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, a former assistant coach of the Black Stars, former coach of Black Meteors. We are having a conversation on a variety of issues. He's just been speaking to us about the African Cup of Nations 2019, where many of you have said that it's our worst performance in as many years as possible. Now, Coach, tell me one thing. Have there been instances where the leadership of the Ghana FA will tell the coaches, we want you to take player A, B, C to this tournament, or you've brought a list of players you want to take to a tournament, and they'll sit down and prune it down and say, take out this player, put that player, take out that player?
Also, it never happens to me. I mean, I took the under 23, and I choose my players even during the qualifiers, and I took the ones I think they are going to help the country to the tournament. And I don't know, because we went there with the normalization. But even before, when I was an assistant to Kwesi Appiah, I never heard him telling me that he took the list and they decided to add some players who he don't want to call. So as for that one, definitely you hear the rumor everywhere. People are bashing the local coaches. They are not strong because people are dictating for them. It never happened to me.
Why has it not happened to you?
Yeah, because I will not allow that to happen to me.
Have there been instances where people have attempted that?
No. As I said, I only took the under 23 as a head coach, and now the local Black Stars.
But when you were taking the under 23, didn't people come trying to tell you, oh, please, there's this player here, have a look at him, maybe he'll help?
Of course, if they suggest, I will look at the player since he's a Ghanaian, and I also want the best players to go to the tournament. So, I mean, suggestion is not forcing me to take the player. So definitely, even you can suggest a player for me to look at him. So I don't think that is the bad thing.
But do you think it is right that when you come up with the list, you give it to your management team so that you all sit down and take a look at the list and convince them why you think player A, B, C is there?
I mean, I don't think it's bad thing. At the end of the day, you are going to take the decision. I can choose my players and then come and sit with the management. And of course, I have to defend it. If I defend it, finish, the rest is up to me. I don't think they can force me or force any coach to take a players who he don't want to.
But let me get one thing clear. Because maybe I might not be a technical person, but there's a committee that's supposed to ensure that the national team succeeds. So when you invite players, isn't it on the onus of that committee to ensure that the right players have been invited? So if they call you and ask you to have a conversation about it, and they think that you should drop player A, B, C, would that amount to interfering?
Yes, I don't think, as I said, we can have a chat. You can ask me why I called this. I, the coach, have to convince you based on what I want to play. And like you said, now, everyone is watching football everywhere. So all the players who are playing, who are performing, everyone knows. Yeah. So I think it even make it easier for us, the coaches, to choose the right ones. So I don't see anything wrong about that.
Okay, the conversation is becoming quite a dragon one, so I think we should move on from the national teams and talk about local football. But tell me, every now and then we keep hearing rumors. House of Oak, Kotoko, Midiama, which club? But you seem not to be coaching any local club. Why? Are you afraid of coaching local clubs?
I mean, it's simple. I'm a coach. If you want my service, you have to approach me. If you come, I will tell you, bring your offer and let me see. So if you decide not to come, it's not my fault. You can't just come and tell me, I want you to coach my team, that's it. Excuse me to say, I'm different. I have different thinking. I have a brand that I think it's a good brand. So I can't just be following anyone, please give me a job and all. If you come, I will ask you to bring your offer. If it's fine, then we go into agreement. But if it's not fine, then we move on.
Have you ever been approached by House of Oak?
Oh, yes. Even like you said, Mediama and the rest, yes.
Does it mean that they didn't table offers for you? They just came to say, oh, come and coach my team?
No, I asked them to give me an offer. But in the case of House of Oak, what I told you before, I wanted to go to Germany to do my license, is the reason why I just told them to wait a little bit. But I knew that they don't have time because the coach have left and they need to replace him. So, I mean, I met with Odote and Mr. Yahutomakulo. We spoke, and then I told them what is in front of me. So that's the reason why I didn't take the job.
Would you consider a local club job, say Kotoko and House of Oak? Would you consider coaching within the local space?
Sure. I'm a coach, as I said. If any team comes, we start and then negotiate. Why not?
From this local league that you just spoke about, you selected players to go for a friendly match against Uzbekistan. I don't know if you would mind sharing with that story, because there were rumors everywhere that they've taken you people out there, they are giving you people $300, they are giving you people $1,000, $500. Do you mind sharing that story? How true were the reports of players getting $300, and were you aware of that?
I mean, we went there, I think when we landed in Istanbul, where I come to know the amount of money that we were given or will be given. But I can't tell you the amount because it's confidential between us and the FA, of course. So when we went there, I told Edmond Aka, and they should just put the money aside. Let's concentrate and play our game. And then after, he can tell the boys how much they will be given, and this is what happened.
People say you deliberately lost that much.
How?
That's what they claim, because...
But I mean, everyone watched the game, and if you watch a game and saw that someone deliberately lost it, you will know. And I don't think this game that we play and show any sign of...
There was a mistake from one of your key midfielders.
There was two mistakes. I mean, all the two goals were a mistake from us. So that doesn't mean that we just deliberately lose the game.
The team could have done better?
Yes. I mean, the Ghanaians also know that we didn't have time to do it. I have the first day to train with all the team is on Saturday, a day before we travel. And then after the training, even that training, we couldn't do much because I was in contact with CK. They train a lot. And so we trained only 1 hour in that morning. So, and then after we divided the team into two, one group went on that Saturday and then the next group went on Sunday. So you could see that we didn't have enough time to train. Even when we went there, we trained only one normal training, and then the next one was just team shaping and all these things. So, yeah, this is what happened.
Per the players you saw, and per the players CK took into the Black Stars, do you think the local league have got quality that can play at the Black Stars level?
Oh, yes. I mean, we all saw Ganiyu. We are in the first game. He played 2 games, fantastic. Even though the Kwame Poku didn't get his day in the first game. But when we came here, we saw the lack of Awako, Blay, you see, Imoro. You know, we have the qualities if we encourage them. Definitely, they need time to adapt to the senior national team. But I think the way CK invited them to camp and even try to play them if the foreign-based players cannot come, I think it's motivation enough for them to be giving their best for the local scene. Okay,
there was one thing to that also interests me was that there are people who argue that a coaching license, come on, you don't need a coaching license to be able to work. You have heard it from
but you see,
Johnson Smith.
The thing is, do you need a license to be a lawyer or not? If you don't have a license, how can you be a lawyer? You can't just wake up and go to court and say, I'm coming to handle a case just like that. We have all doctors. Everyone must have a license before he works. So those people who are saying that, I think they should think twice. And
is that a disrespect to people who hold coaching licenses?
Oh, yes. I think it's disrespectful because some people spend their time and money to go and do it, and you come and say you don't need a license to coach. I mean, then we don't need to go to, we don't need to do any coaching courses.
And we don't even need to go to school.
We don't even need to go to school. We can just wake up and select everyone to go and do something.
Was it fair for Kotoko to sack Maxwell Konedo?
I think it's not fair because I said it already. You know, me and Maxwell are speaking almost every week, and yeah, but it happens, and we all know what went after. He's continuing his life, and Kotoko is also doing good. I think they are league leaders now. So let's just, at the end of the day, we'll see if it's the right thing or no.
People say you're a Kotoko fan, 2 of us.
I'm a football. You know, I didn't play Kotoko. Yes. I play King Faisal, even though.
As someone whose house is just next to their training pitch,
it doesn't matter. I left Ghana very early. Yes. You know, I didn't play any of the junior national team and all these things. So the only team I play here is King Faisal before I left. So I'm a fan of King Faisal first, and then fan of the whole Ghana football.
Then what it means is that I want to take your opinion on Mariano Barreto as whether As someone who has coached the national team before, because he also had that experience, whether he's a perfect replacement to be able to see off Kotoko to win the league?
You know, funny enough, I knew Mariano since I was playing in Dortmund.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he came there with Paulo Sousa at that time. Paulo Sousa have a problem with his knee, so if he play a game, he have to sit back for 3 days. So it's Mariano who is training him in Dortmund at that time when I was playing. And then I have him as well when we started playing the qualifiers to 2006. He was the coach. I played 3 or 4 matches back then.
I remember you scored one. Was it against Zambia or which game?
No, I didn't score. I assisted against South Africa the first game.
Yes.
So I knew Mariano for a long time. I even met with him 4 days ago in Kumasi. We spoke, and very, very serious coach, very good technical person. And I mean, Kotoko had a very good coach, I can assure you, because he's a disciplined man. He will not allow any player to ride on him. And I think this is what Kotoko needs right now.
So they can win the league?
I mean, they are in the first in the table. Definitely, they are one of the teams that can win it.
One of the teams that can win, or the team that can win? One
of the team, because when you look at the points, it's very. I mean, you have Karela, you have Olympics, Mediama is strong, House of Oak, you know. So I mean, second round is going to be a very tough second round in Ghana football.
You talked about playing the World Cup qualifiers for 2006. Were you disappointed you never went to the 2006 World Cup?
No, because there's a reason why I didn't play till end, because I was injured, and at that time also, you know, I have a dual citizenship. At that time, it's not clear if you can hold a foreign passport and play for your country, but later on, it has become clear because Otto Addo came.
And even Ole Lekinson, he used to have a Turkish passport.
Yeah. So at that time, there's a conflict between me and the German Federation at that time. So that's the reason why. But we started it, and I was happy that we qualified for the first time to the World Cup in 2006 in Germany.
A sad one there. Maybe having been part of the qualifiers, you probably would have wished to be part of the tournament, but because of what happened, any final comments you've got to make about our conversation? Anything I should have asked you that I didn't ask? Anything the world we should know? What don't we know about Ibrahim Tanko?
Yeah, I don't think there's much to know about me. I'm a very cool person. Yeah, I have my principle. I'm not pretender. If I don't like something, I will tell you straight in your face. I'm not the one who will go behind and speak about people. Yeah, I mean, we are all human beings. We can make mistakes, but I mean, I always try to position myself good in the society. So there's nothing much about Ibrahim Tanko.
In terms of positioning yourself much in the society, then you should be preparing yourself to position yourself well to become the head coach of the Black Stars maybe anytime soon. But he has indicated that we've got a head coach in the person of C.K. Akono. Everyone should throw his weight behind him so that he will lead Ghana to win the African Cup of Nations. It's been almost 40 years. 2022 will be 40 years since Ghana last won the competition. Is this a time for us to end it? A pleasure that you made time out to speak to us. We are very grateful. And just maybe the time for him to coach in the Ghana Premier League or any other division. You have talked about an opportunity you've had in Germany and all that, but I think we've had a very elaborate conversation, and I hope you have enjoyed the conversation. I am Nabila Abdullahi, and we are grateful that you were able to join us for this conversation. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of our programs.